Fox News alert tonight, the Democrats reelected Donald Trump. The last 3 days, all we hear, show us the warrant, show us the warrant. So they put out the warrant and the property receipt today, all the stuff they took and all the stuff they were looking for. Man, this thing backfired big time. This looks like the clumsiest abuse of power in American history. At this point, I'm wondering what the FBI didn't take from Mar-a-Lago. I'd be surprised if there's still furniture at his club. According to this document, it was a 9-hour smash and grab. We'll take you through the items in a second, but are you ready for the criminal charge they're basing the raid on? Are you ready? They're saying they raided Trump's house because he violated the Espionage Act. They're saying Donald Trump committed espionage against the United States of America. And the statute says he may be trying to harm the United States and aid our adversaries. Documents double locked up in his basement, protected by the Secret Service at his mansion, are hurting national security and aiding and abetting the enemies. And it gets better. They're also going after him on obstruction because there was a lock on the door that they told him to put there. The most transparent president in American history, who we actually wish was like a little less transparent because he tells us everything, is somehow obstructing an investigation that he was cooperating with. Oh, and he's also a saboteur. We're back to Trump's a Russian asset again, who's working against America. Trump created the doctrine of America first. How is he working against America? Biden's the guy that's compromised by China, lets the cartels run the border, and sends our enemies in Iran pallets of cash in the middle of the night, and he's not committing espionage. Biden's family is on our enemies' payroll, but Trump's helping our enemies? Why again? The government creates documents for the president. The government then sends those documents down to Florida with the president, and then the government charges the president for having the documents. None of this makes any sense. The Espionage Act is for like double agents and Soviet spies, not American presidents. By the way, the Espionage Act is the same thing they investigated Hillary over. And Hillary didn't even have any classification authority. And she had intent because she was the one that set up the server. And our enemies hacked it. I don't think Trump's storage unit was hacked. And she destroyed half of it. Wasn't raided. So what did Comey do about it?
Although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case.
Remember that? Or yesterday, Merrick Garland was shoved out to the mic, all shriveled up, and confessed what he did and why he did it. Listen.
First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly. This is all I can say right now. More information will be made available in the appropriate way and at the appropriate time.
Oh, you don't have anything to say? You don't talk about investigations? Well, you talked to reporters about investigations all last night, didn't you? What'd you tell them, Garland? Your minions are leaking like crazy to the Washington Post. You guys said Trump had documents related to nuclear weapons. Quote, classified documents relating to nuclear weapons were among the items FBI agents sought in a search of former President Donald Trump's Florida residence on Monday. Whoa. So you're saying Trump had a little Manhattan Project going on in the basement of his golf club? Trump was like Robert Oppenheimer, enriching uranium late at night. Hey, Melania, hide the yellow cake in your closet. The feds are coming. And what does documents related to nukes mean? Are they talking about letters from Little Rocket Man? This is a classic wrap-up smear. Right, Pelosi?
You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic, and it's self-evident.
No, sure it is. Just for fun, let's just say we believe the feds. Trump's got some serious top secret stuff. Well, why didn't they take it back in June when they were down there? If it's so serious and putting everyone's life at risk, right? If they got the warrant on Friday, why'd they wait till Monday to do the raid? They wanted to take the weekend off before securing America's deepest, darkest secrets? They had plans that weekend they couldn't break? So if they go in looking for nuke secrets, which we doubt they did, the warrant says they seized boxes of photographs and memorabilia and signed napkins. Take a look at the warrant. This crooked judge says they can grab, quote, any government and or presidential records created between January 20th, 2017 and January 20th, 2021. These just happen to cover the entire Trump presidency. Wait a second, didn't Garland say this was supposed to be narrow in scope?
Where possible, it is standard practice to seek less intrusive means as an alternative to a search and to narrowly scope any search that is undertaken.
Narrow in scope. They were there for 9 hours, grabbing anything they could get their hands on. Barron better check to see if his golf bag's still there. Take a look at the warrant again. It says you can take anything near the boxes, any other containers, boxes that are collectively stored or found together with the aforementioned documents in containers, boxes. And then they told Trump's lawyers to wait out in the sun all day, so there's no telling what they put in there or took. They had a Ryder truck backed up to the door. This was a heist. The FBI's like, we're going to take everything, and then we're going to tell you later what we found. All right, well, what'd you guys find, FBI? Well, Waters, we can't tell you, it's classified. You're just going to have to trust us. Right? That's how it works. They could tell us they found OJ's missing bloody duffel. Well, can I take a look at it? No, sorry, it's classified. Watch them find the missing Malaysian plane. Remember the one CNN was looking for 6 years? If you don't believe us, hey, it's classified. Are you saying you don't think the FBI plants evidence? They just admitted in court they plant evidence. The FBI agents planted explosives with the Gretchen Whitmer kidnappers and then charged them for possessing explosives. It's true. Came out in court. They planted the dossier. I mean, who knows what they're going to say they found in Trump's basement? They'll probably say they found the P-tape. How are we going to disprove it? They'll just say it's classified and just leak it to Schiff so we can watch it before he goes to bed. The FBI says they went in there because they had a mole on the inside that said where Trump was hiding stuff. All right, well, what took you 9 hours? And if this was supposed to be about nukes, why'd they take golf balls? It's a fishing expedition. Trump said he declassified documents before he left anyway. The feds say they seized classified documents. How'd they know that? Just because some little lawyer didn't put a C on the bottom of the page? You don't need a little C on the bottom of the page. Once the president says something's declassified, that's it. The rest is bookkeeping. So we know what this is about. They're trying to knock him off the spot for 2024. And they're using anything they can against the guy, stuff that no other president would get hit with. This is the third election in a row they're rigging. Third. They may even charge the guy. So in the end, Donald Trump might get charged with a crime Hillary committed. Alina Habba is an attorney for President Trump, and she joins me now. So, Elena, when the president saw this massive amount of stuff that they took, pretty much everything at the club, I'm surprised he still has silverware there. What was his reaction?
Nothing. He's like, oh, it's a Monday, Alina. It's a Monday in Trump world. Honestly, nothing. He was confused as to why they were there. He had just seen them in June. They had said everything's fine, but could you put another lock on it? We'll be good. You know what, Jesse, in my opinion, the Jan 6th ratings, the show of Jan 6 hasn't been going so well. They needed a little drama, so they throw this out there. They go to the judge that had recused himself in my Hillary case a month ago. I would like to know why he recused himself in that case, but then he was able to sign this warrant. I want to know that.
Yeah, they judge shopped to a magistrate, not even a real judge, the guy that was so biased against President Trump, he had to recuse himself from another Trump case.
Right.
But this guy, he'll get waken up in the middle of any night and just sign whatever piece of paper the feds put in there in order to go after Mar-a-Lago. I don't get it. Did the president pack any boxes himself? Was he taping boxes in the White House?
Yeah. He was with FedEx boxes, taping. That's what he did the last. No. I mean, it's absurd. He declassified documents. He was coordinating with NARA. And at the end of the day, don't forget, Jesse, we now know for a fact this is about documents that he's allowed them access to. So explain to me why you tell someone to put an extra lock on, leave for almost 2 months, get a warrant, sit for a weekend, have a cocktail, and then show up again, guns a-blazing, without even informing the local police, mind you, which is normal course. Just show up. He wasn't even there. We know he's not there. Everyone in the world knows where he is at all times. It makes no sense.
All right, Alina, thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Sure. Thank you for having me.